So in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why I think that the takeover of Manchester United will not happen. So what has been going on over the last couple of months, I believe since late last year, is the fact that Manchester United have put the club up for sale. There are many reasons why that has happened, but we're not going to get into that. But they put the club up for sale and they had 2 bidders. One an English businessman and the other the Sheikh from Qatar. More recently, it appears that the Sheikh from Qatar, Sheikh Jassim, is gonna win this bid, but there has been a bunch of news that's been coming up as to, maybe there are hiccups with this deal and why it's not going through. I mean, if you look online, a lot of the Manchester United fans are already upset. There's a meltdown going on. But I will talk about 3 reasons why I think this deal may not happen. Now, I will say this. I am not saying it will not happen. So this is just my opinion. I don't have any insight or any information in terms of this deal at all. So I'm looking at this deal and I'm just drawing from my own experiences from doing big mergers and acquisitions deals, big deals, billions of dollars worth of deals, and I'm coming up with 3 reasons why I think this deal may not work. So deal number one, reason number one, there are multiple stakeholders on the seller side, the Glazers, the owners of Manchester United. So with everything we know, the Glazers own Manchester United are a family, and there are multiple siblings, there are multiple stakeholders whose affirmation has to be obtained before this deal is approved, right? And the thing is, it is a lot more difficult to gain the approval of multiple parties for a deal this big. Why? Because different people would be thinking about will have different considerations when they're making such a big decision, right? I mean, we're talking about billions of dollars at stake here, and it is going to be quite difficult for everybody to agree. It wouldn't be surprising at all to have some of the Glazers that are totally on board with this deal, and then you have others that are kind of like apprehensive about it. And so that's that. So just the sheer fact that there are multiple parties that are going to be agreeing to this deal is one reason why I think it may not work. So the question now becomes, why do I think that is the case? So which goes into reason number 2, right? If you think about 2023, when you are the Glazers, there are, and you're talking about selling this deal for 5, 6, maybe even $7 billion, all in cash, right? I mean, all of the cash will not go to the Glazers, but most of it's going to go to them. 2 things you're going to want to think about. One is, where are you going to put all this money when it comes to your account? Where are you going to invest it? People that have access to that kind of money do not like keeping cash at all. So there are, I mean, and when you think about the global economic atmospherics, it is quite difficult to see, ways for the Glazers to park this money appropriately where they're going to feel comfortable. So having their money still be in Manchester United is actually a safe bet, because Manchester United is not going anywhere. If the stock market or the housing economy or whatever collapses, chances are it wouldn't really affect the value of Manchester United at all. So that is one reason why they may not want to sell it. And the other reason is because at this point, it looks like the value of Manchester United is even going to continue to grow. So if they hold it for an additional 2, 3, 4 more years, the value is still going to continue to grow. So if you think about it, if they take this $5 billion, and I'm just using it as an example, let's say the Sheikh, they sold Man U to the Sheikh for $5 billion. They take this $5 billion, and first, they don't know where they're going to put the money, and two, they know that the value of Manchester United is going to grow over the next couple of years. There isn't really any big incentive for them to sell, especially knowing that they don't need the cash. These guys are already billionaires. They have a lot of other assets that they have. So it's not like they are thirsting for money that way at all. So that goes into my second reason. Now, the third reason why I think this deal will not work is just the sheer size of the deal, man. Like when you're talking about deals this big, 5-6 billion dollars, it is very difficult to agree to every key, every parameter, every little thing, all of the diligence that needs to be done, because a lot of money is at stake. So there's going to be lawyers and investment bankers and everyone, a lot of hands on the table, just nitpicking and doing all sorts of things and looking for things. So just the fact, the size of the deal, and I don't want to use the word paranoia, but it's more like the concern around making sure that the deal goes right is a reason why I also think that the deal may not happen. Like, this will be the biggest deal ever done in the history of football. Like last year, a similar deal was done by Chelsea, where Chelsea bought, the owners of Chelsea purchased Chelsea last year. But the difference between that deal and this deal was that was a forced sale. That was a forced sale by the British government. So it was almost going to be like a take it or leave it type situation where, buyer beware. So you take what you get, you do your diligence. If you like what you see, you take it. If not, you leave it. But in this case, it is really a much more negotiated agreement. And for that reason, I think this deal may not work. It may not happen.